Now, most of this unit looking west is talking about America, or the west kind of side. See, it's not actually spoken very much about anyone coming into Britain at this time. So the later section of this unit becomes more about who comes to Britain. And the group of people that you need to know from this particular area is called the Huguenots. You can tell that their name is French by the weird pronunciation and the massive amount of vowels, but the Huguenots are a group of people living in France. Now, France is a Catholic country. That's a big deal. It's not been mentioned to you before in any of these videos, but that's a huge deal that Catholicism is even a thing. In a particular year that's not coming to my mind at the moment, famously, a guy called Martin Luther caused a thing called the Reformation. He complained about Christianity. He stuck a load of, should we say, complaints on the door of a church in Germany, and it got spread across all of Europe that Christianity's bad. There's some really rubbish parts of Christianity, like stuff like, they charge you to go to church, and that, I don't know, no one can read the Bible because it's all in Latin. And these complaints, some people said, that's awful, I hate your complaints, how dare you complain about the religion that we all follow? And some people were like, yeah, he's right, those do suck, why do we do that? And it caused a split. It caused two major sections of Christianity to now appear. The ones who kept those dodgy things, called Catholics, and the ones who decided to get rid of them, called Protestants. Huguenots are Protestants who live in a country where the king, and the government, and most of the people are Catholic. This created discrimination and persecution. Basically, they were treated badly because of who they were. And it led to this event you can see on the page. It's called the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, where over 1,000 Protestant Huguenots were murdered, massacred in cold blood in France because of their religion. No real reason to it, they just hated Protestants in France. If you were a Huguenot, what would you do? You'd run away. And the Huguenots did run away. All these Protestant French people basically ditched, and they moved to the closest Protestant country they could find, because that's where it would obviously be safe. And it was. The UK was the closest Protestant country. Some of them moved away to escape the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, but then France kept getting harsher and harsher towards the Huguenots. One of the kings essentially said that they were heretics and said it was legal to kill Huguenots at one point. There was another guy who, it doesn't go well for the Huguenots in France, but what you need to know is that the Huguenots started to move to England because it was the closest Protestant country. And the thing is, the Huguenots began to thrive in England. They got here and they just started engaging with the local populace. They started to get involved in industries, making things to sell, bookmaking, gun making. These, should we say, businesses made them wealthy, successful. I think there's a wonderful picture I might show you in a lesson about with a guy who's made loads of money off of silk. But Huguenots were successful in Britain, and France lost those successful business people, and it even asked for them back a little bit later. And the Huguenots said no. They successfully integrated into British society. They were successful, and Britain made money because of their inclusion in this country. Immigrants coming to Britain, helping Britain. That's amazing. That's great. That's what we want. See, that's what you need to know about the Huguenots. You need to know that they are a successful immigration story. You need to know why they came, the experience they had, and the impact on Britain that they made. See, I've only told you a part of the story. You need to be able to tell me specific facts throughout. I've told you a few, but there's way more in the textbook that you could probably grab. So here's your questions. Why were the Huguenots encouraged to leave France? What other events forced the Huguenots away from France? How did the Huguenots change Britain? And how did France fare without the Huguenots? All right, that's all you need to do for this lesson. Look them up, read them out, revise them. Good luck.